You already know what it is. It's your guy, Mr. Mark. Don't forget the Mr. when you say Mark. Welcome to another episode, Chop It Up. I'm here with my favorite artist from Jersey, Jerry Green.
Jerry Green.
What's good, bro?
What's good?
Appreciate you. How's everything?
Good. Everything's good.
Good,
Just
good.
chilling.
It's good. How's 2021 treating you?
Better. It started off rough, but we here now. Had to overcome some obstacles, but we here.
Okay. What kind of obstacles if you don't mind me asking?
Same thing everybody else had to go through. Corona. I was building my studio, so
Greenhouse
recording studio. So it took a lot of time.
Okay.
Because of Corona and paying people and getting permits and all different type of stuff. It took a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now everything is good now. Everything's good. I would say everything's good, but it'll get better.
Yeah.
As the time goes.
It's getting better. Hopefully, things will slow down with the Corona and stuff like that, and we'll be better. We'll ascend. It's going up, but we ain't shooting up. We moving slow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Greenhouse, recording studio. What made you want a studio?
Like everybody else, I started in the basement, started in the attic. Then I moved to paying for studio sessions and paying all that money. It was just like, man, I could be, getting paid to do things I love. I could record and make money while I'm recording if I had a studio. And it was a long process. I don't want to make it sound easy, but after I jumped all the hurdles that I had to go through to get this studio, now we here and we have a studio, and that's why I have a studio, because I got tired of paying people.
How long was this process as far as getting a studio? When did you thought about making this, I'm gonna get a studio? Fuck it, I'm done.
Maybe about 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
I was in a contract with one of my former managers, and I had a record out on the radio, and we were ascending. We were doing pretty well, and we got to a certain point where we had to, put some money behind it to market it, and I didn't have the money to market it, and so the song was shooting up on radio, getting 300 spins a week nationwide, independently.
100%.
And when it came time to fund it, I didn't have the proper money, so I was like, what am I going to do? Am I going to get a regular job? What am I going to do to fund my dreams? I've had regular jobs before, but it was just like, what are you going to do to fund your dream without sacrificing your dream?
Right.
And the studio was the best option.
Now, you said the song on the radio, it was Let It Down, right?
Let It Down.
Yeah. I heard it a few times through Pro Style Mix lunch hours, you know what I'm saying?
It's my guy.
Where was you, or do you remember your reaction when you first time hearing the song on the radio?
Trying to remember who was the first person to play my song on the radio.
And was it Let It Down, that song? Or was it
first song that I had to play on the radio, I don't even remember the name, but my man Joe Vaughn was at Power 105. He would play me every Sunday. And that was the first time I heard him. I was at Bad Boy recording, and I got a phone call that I was going to be on the radio. And I heard it, and it was everything. But the first time Let It Down, my own record, was on the radio. I was at my brother's basketball game, and we were getting ready to go in, and Angie Martinez played it. And it was me and my mom in the car.
All right.
And
that's big for Angie playing it.
Yeah, because our parents know these people. For my mom to see Angie Martinez play my record, it was like, it came full circle. It was like, man, all the hours, all the time she let me, stay out late when I was a kid, doing something that wasn't guaranteed to be something that was going to come true. For my mom to hear it, it was just like,
it's worth it.
It was worth it. And it was like, damn, the dream is real. It's possible. I could do it. And I haven't looked back since. And when Flex played it, I was at dinner with my parents, and I got a phone call that Flex was going to drop bombs. You know what that's like.
That means you made it. If he's dropping bombs and this shit, that means...
So they was like, yo, where you at? It's like, I'm at dinner with my parents. It's like, yo, Flex. He's like, yo, turn to Flex at, I think it was 8 o'clock or something like that. I was in the restaurant. I went to hot97.com, played it, and all I heard was New York City, all that, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff. And to hear that and to hear him play it back, and there's like a drum loop at the beginning of it, so he was like going crazy on like the DJs love the breakbeat stuff,
right.
So he for like 15 minutes just like killing it,
right.
And that was another moment.
That's dope, man. Because when I first heard it, my last job, I was a driver, a vendor, and I heard it on the radio. I was like, oh, this nigga made it.
Yeah,
this nigga about to blow up. Now I'm saying, he about to be verified on IG.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, you verified?
Nah.
All right.
Nope.
But yeah, a lot of people don't know. We go way back. You know what I'm saying, to our hooping days. I didn't know you was rapping then. Or was you rapping then, or it was after?
I was, but I just wasn't really telling nobody. Okay. I'm the type of person that, whatever I put my mind to, whatever I want to do, I'ma just lay low and really practice and practice and practice until it's acceptable. I always felt like, even like in high school, I always felt like if I was going to do something, I was worried about, how people were going to receive it. I never wanted to look corny. I never wanted to not look cool. So when I was balling with you, when we was like 15, 16, were we 14?
It was around there. It was young.
When I was
supposed to go projected to go to the league around that time.
Cap. So
carry on.
When I met you, I was at the beginning stages of really taking it serious. So I didn't tell nobody.
Okay.
But it wasn't until after I started putting stuff on MySpace, like 15, 16, when my homies from high school would see it and be like, yo, you rapping? Like, what are you doing? Like,
right.
And then they would come to my crib and see my little setup. Then they wanted to be a part of it. And then the whole school found out. And then that's where I got my little confidence to like do it seriously, because they actually respected my craft and music.
Okay. Now, Reflections was your first project. Take me through the whole process of doing that. Like, why name it Reflections?
I named it Reflections because I wanted the music to reflect my life at the time. I also named it Reflections because I wasn't about to drive myself crazy trying to figure out a name title.
Okay.
Before the cameras came on, you was telling me you was gonna help me with my next name title, and I'd appreciate it because I'm horrible with titles.
Gotcha.
But I just wanted to make something that reflected where I was at in life at that point and what was going on in my life. I lost my mentor to cancer. I lost my cousin in a car accident. I was getting ready to go to college. My girlfriend at the time wasn't going to college. She was going to film school in New York, so she was staying home. I was going to be away from her. So like all these things was happening. I wasn't really emotionally stable at that time. So Reflections reflected everything that I was going through at that time. And it was a very serious moment in my life, and the project reflected it. And some people would say that that's probably my best project. It was like 100%. It was like if I look back now, I'm gonna tell you like, yo, I could have did so many things better, and I was still very raw and rare and like early stages of my rapping. But as far as the essence of the project and the trueness and the realness behind the project, I would agree that it's probably my best project ever.
And that was all in the basement?
All in my basement.
And you mixed it?
All in my basement, and then some of the records I did, because I went to South Carolina State. So the rest of them I did in my homie's attic when we was down there.
That's tough. Your Reflections is definitely a classic.
Yeah.
Then you dropped R2.
Reflections 2.
You kept the reflection going.
Yeah.
You got better with these names, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna work on that.
Reflections 2 was like an upgraded version of Reflections 1. I got better lyrically. I started singing a little bit. The essence wasn't there because of the reception that I got from Reflections 1. And I feel like everybody goes through this. You make a project that's true to yourself, and then people receive it very well because it's true and they can relate to the real shit. But then they expect so much more, and then you start feeling like you got to please people on your second go round.
Right.
And so at that point in my life, I was doing a little bit more. My friend had just made it to the NBA, so, anytime I had time, I would travel to go hang out with him. We was in clubs. We was seeing different kind of women. So, like...
You was cocky on this.
Yeah, I was very cocky, and I was very, like, flamboyant. And And just like the inspiration that I was around at that moment reflected the music that I was making.
Right.
And it's a good project. It's not my favorite project, but, you know, I had to go through that to experience that, to understand that that's not the type of music that I want to make moving forward. I want to make shit that really matters. I want to make shit that, you know, gives me fulfillment inside myself.
Right.
And so that brought us to Reflections 3.
What's your favorite track on that?
On Reflections 3?
Mm-hmm. No, I'm 2. Sorry, 2. Mine is Fuck Love.
I like Fuck Love. I like Changed Man. I like, damn, it's been so long, I don't even remember them shits.
Nah, you don't go back and play shit?
Fuck no.
Why?
I move on, bro. Like, once I get a project out, like, I'll hear it that first week, and after that first week, I'll be like, man, I'm over this. Like, I could do so much better.
Still playing shit, bro.
Nah, absolutely, but you got to understand the process that it took to even finish the project. So I've heard it millions of times. I had to listen to it to the wee hours in the morning, till 5, 6 in the morning every day, making projects. So by the time I'm finishing it, it's like a workout session. It's like, man, I worked my ass off. I need a break. I want to remove myself totally.
Right.
And then, you know, after the reception comes in, then the motivation to do it again comes in, and you want to completely like move on and see how you can ascend higher than what you just left from doing.
Correct.
Especially me. Like, I don't know how anybody else feels, but after I do things, I leave it. It's on to the next thing. I try not to get emotionally attached, because if I do, then I'll get stuck in that moment. And I'm the type of person that I want to keep going higher.
Okay. Now, being stuck, how often do you get like a writer's block? Like, you just,
all the time.
How do you come out of it? Like, what do you do?
Make whack music. Like if I got writer's block, then I just write through it.
Right. Where do you go to write? Before COVID, of course. If you
Where would I go to write?
You sit in the studio?
Yeah, I sit in the studio, sit in my car.
Strip club?
I don't write, though. I go in the booth and I just do it. Not to sound crazy or nothing.
I mean... No, I'm not saying you lying. I'm just, you one of them. That means
yeah.
nice.
When I write my raps, I write it. Okay. If I'm singing, then I'll connect lines for line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Respect it. Then R2 dropped. Transitions came, right? I think
Transitions came.
Okay.
What you want to know about Transitions?
No, because Transitions, if those who don't know, R1 and R2 use rapping. Then Transition drop, you stop rapping, and I'm singing. Why?
The truth is,
has singing always been your number one, or you just
I grew up in the church, so I sang in the choir.
What church?
New Zion Baptist Church in Elizabeth on Flora Street. I grew up in that church.
Sounds familiar. I think I've been there before.
Yeah, so I always sang, but like I said, I always needed that validation when I was growing up as a kid. Sure. So I kept it on the low. Right. It wasn't until we went to a party at Roselle Catholic that the girls was out there after the party, and I seen this kid singing to these girls, and they was eating it up, and he couldn't even sing.
So
like
you
started
singing Chris Brown to him.
My homies was like, yo, you see that, yo? Like he getting the girls. I'm like, bro, he can't even sing. They was sweating him just like the girls, huh?
What did you sing?
I wasn't singing. The dude was singing.
No, I'm saying, I thought you would like...
Nah, bro, this is what happened. This is what happened. I was getting so upset. I was already upset because the girls was all over this dude. But my homies was like, they was like eating it up like way too much. Like, I'm like, yo, y'all, like, why y'all acting like them? Like, I was like, but bro, I could sing too. Like, so they was like, yo, Jay, you never sang. Like, yo, we could be out here getting the girls if you singing to them, nigga. So we went to my boy's garage that day, and that was the first time I ever sang on a record. And I ain't stopped singing since.
What was the song? Did you put it out, or you just singing?
The song that I don't remember.
You remember? Okay. So Transitions, you wanted to sing in...
The story behind Transitions. I was going to that was my first night in Bad Boy, and I was going to make a rap record. Okay. And it was mad girls with us. And I was on some real, like, rough shit. Like, they was putting the beats on, it was mad loud and mad rapperish. Right. And, like, the girls wasn't feeling it. Like, they was just like, oh, this nigga rapping. Like, I had to cater towards the room. And the whole vibe switched. You know, I don't do things for men, I do them for women. So...
I respect that.
Yeah, so when I seen a vibe switch. I was like, this may be something that we need to continue.
Right.
And that's why I named it Transitions, because I was transitioning at that point in time from rapping to singing.
Okay.
So
transition, yeah, that was very that was good. I was like, oh, this nigga could sing, because this nigga nice. You know what I'm saying? Say yeah is
Say yeah.
Yeah, it's my favorite track on there.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna talk about the video.
Yeah, we can leave that.
We're gonna talk about video. But
video, I'll say that the video came out really well, but the treatment for it could have been better, and we failed when we dropped that video. We failed when we released that song. The video could have been way better.
Okay. Speaking of videos, Pray for a Bentley. We're going back to R2. Pray for a Bentley. There was no Bentley in the video. Was that?
Yeah.
Was there supposed to be a Bentley in the video or no?
I'm praying for a Bentley.
But at least like a picture or something, because you pray.
I'm praying for a Bentley, bro. I don't have it. I'm praying for those things.
But if you pray, like,
that was the vain shit I'm talking about. Like, oh Lord, forgive me. I'm just praying for a Bentley and whatever I said in the song.
That was a hard beat. You made that beat?
Yeah. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was praying for a Bentley. I didn't have a Bentley.
Yeah, you guys was in the alley on top of this shit being right. That's tough. You had Jordan was in there.
Jordan was in there.
Shout out to Jordan.
Yeah.
Transitions then was
Transitions
R3?
2.
Oh, Transitions 2 came out.
Yeah, Transitions 2.
So you just kept singing.
Yeah, I was full blown in love over this chick, bro. It was this girl. I'm not gonna say her name.
No, don't need to.
I was caught up in a moment. It was like the first time in my life I think I had ever been in love, but I was in love with the wrong person, and whole project was about her and how she was making me feel. And at that moment in life, it was so many things going on in my life. I was getting offers from different labels at this time, and I was becoming a man, and I had some friendships that weren't working out, and I found like a lot of peace in this girl at the beginning. And then, I started finding out things about this person that I didn't like. And then, some of the people that was around me at that time was using me. And I was just, my mind was like this, like going crazy. And so I made Transitions, but it was majority about this one girl.
Okay. Yeah, y'all still cool? Cordial? No?
Nah.
She got you blocked?
Nah.
No, man.
Nah.
People get blocked, I'm just saying. Anyway, then R3 dropped.
R3, was it R3 or Transitions 3 first and then R3?
I think
it was R3.
I think R3 dropped.
So then R3 came out. I got back in my rap bag.
Still in with the same reflections. So now what are you reflecting on now?
Where I was at this point in my life.
From Transitions or from
everything, who I had become. Like, if we talking about from Reflections 1 to Reflections 2 to Transitions 1 to Transitions 2, I grew up so much in this time period that, like, I felt like a fucking machine at R3, because I felt like I could feel myself becoming the person, or starting to become the person that I always wanted to be. And I didn't need validation. I didn't need certain friendships. I didn't need nobody for nothing. I believed in me totally. And that was the aura that I brought into R3. And for that reason, sometimes I swap between R1 and R3. Okay. Because I just love how I was approaching that project.
R3 was very smooth. Take Me Off Your Mind. It's one of my favorite tracks on there. I think, is it Love You Right? It was somewhat.
Yeah.
Now, Take Me Off Your Mind, right? That was obviously about a relationship situation. How was that thought process of writing it? It was just easy for you, or was it like?
It was very easy because it was real life shit. Right. Like, I don't even know how I could talk about this, but Take Me Off Your Mind, to keep it simple, is about being in a relationship and not wanting to be in that relationship anymore. Right. And but that person is so attached to you, and you don't want that attachment anymore. And so Take Me Off Your Mind was just me telling her to take me off your mind.
Okay.
But in an R&B-ish, like, singing way.
Yeah, that's good. Good song. R3 though. Oh, shit. Take It Off Your Mind, right?
What was that?
No, I got, the mic is my first time using one of these things.
Okay.
Shout out to my cameraman. She's Mine is on Transition 3 or
She's Mine is on Transitions 3.
Oh, then let's go. We're gonna Transitions 3 then. She's Mine. Did anybody question you about the sample?
Nah.
Like you didn't care?
I worked on that. I don't know if I worked on it before all this shit happened or what, but my mans called me and was like, yo, we need to sample this.
Right.
I was like, all right. So as I'm making it, I'm like, yo, he can't have this.
Right.
Like, this is dope. Like, and I'm in the middle of making my shit. So I'm like, nah, I got to keep this for myself.
Right.
And that's how we made it.
Yeah, because
this is the last song on the project. I just needed one more record, and that was it.
So that was like a loose on that.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody was like, yo, afterwards, like, yo. Like, how do you feel about this situation? Like,
I don't condone none of that.
No, of course. But you still listen to his music? Or, cause,
nah. Like, if I'm listening to R&B music, respectfully, he's still the GOAT.
100%.
But, when I'm listening to R&B music, that's not the first name that I'm pulling out.
Oh, no. But if it come on...
If it come on, and
you ride into it.
Yeah, but I don't condone none of that.
No.
None of that.
I would hope not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But for people who watching, when it comes to sampling music, sample whatever you want to sample. The problem comes when the song becomes a hit.
Right.
Then you become somebody worth suing.
100%.
If you're not somebody worth suing, they're not going to waste their time suing you. Because they losing money suing somebody that's not bringing in at least $100,000 in revenue off of the song.
Right.
So for everybody that's worried about people suing them, bro, stop flattering yourself. You know what I mean? You're not going to get sued by ABC because the song got to make a certain amount of dollars before they even feel like you worth it.
Now, sampling or whatever, right? Let's go back to R1.
Mm-hmm.
You had Janae.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was a good song. What song was that? The original song?
I've never heard the original song.
So you just was going through your files and...
I was searching online for that. I was searching online for, I guess, instrumentals, and that popped up. Right. And I was like, wow, this has never, I've never heard Janae, was Aiku? Janae Aiku? I call her Aiku, no disrespect.
Janae, we know who she is, Janae.
I've never heard that song from her, ever. Till this day, I haven't heard that song. Right. So I was like, man, I was 18, 19 when that song came out, when I worked on that project. Okay. I was like, man, if I drop this and I say featuring Janae Aiku and nobody's heard this song, they might actually believe that she's on this song.
I really thought she was on the song.
Everybody
at the time, yeah.
You broke the news today. Everybody thought I really had Janae Aiku on that song.
When R1 came out, oh, this nigga.
Everybody asked
really
me that.
Nice. How you get this feature?
Bro, I didn't, but this.
But I wasn't too in tune as far as sampling wise. I was like, okay.
It wasn't a sample. That's not even my beat. That whole shit is not mine.
Oh, she just threw her vocals on it. Right?
Her vocals was already on it. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, shit. That's tough.
And people would ask me, and I'm not a liar. They'd be like, yo, damn, that's crazy. You got Janae. I'd be like, word. I feel like I didn't, yo, you got, I mean, you know what I mean? I would hit them with one of those. Right. Yeah, you see me. You see me. You see me. And I got away with it.
That's tough. Now, from R1 to Transitions 3, there's no features. Why?
There's no features because
I remember I asked you for a verse a couple years back. You was like, you kind of laughed me off type shit. Were you worried that I was gonna body you on a track or some shit? Or?
I was definitely not worried that you was gonna body me on the track. I was not a believer.
Here at Greenhouse Records, man. That's our studio.
I was not a believer that you were serious because you still don't have a song out.
The song's out there.
The song's not out there, bro.
Listen, I got you, man. I seen you on shit. Listen,
all right,
it's out there.
So anyway, to answer your question,
why no features? Why?
No features because for the beginning of my career, I was in a rap group, And it was just us. It was only about us.
How many people?
JP, J Red, J Loot.
That's a lot of J's.
Phenom. Me.
Another J.
I want to say 5 or 6.
Jeez.
The immediate group, 5 or 6.
The franchise boys?
Yeah. It was just about us. And even amongst us, we were very competitive. And we didn't work with nobody. If it wasn't us, we wasn't working with nobody.
Keep it in the house.
And so I was just trained early, and then I came from a sports background. Life is competition. So when it came to working with other people, I never looked at anybody like in that vein of friendship or camaraderie or anything like that. I never did that. And that was a bad decision. That was a bad decision because life is about collaborating and working with people.
Right.
So, memories and all different types of things.
Right.
So this part of my life for 2021, my life has been dedicated towards helping other people and bringing other people together and collaborating as much as possible because nobody can do anything by themselves.
Right.
You can't do anything by yourself. So, that's part of the reason why I built this studio. It's people recording there. It's a session about to happen in there. We're doing an interview in here. I want people to collaborate and work together and be in a space where they feel like they can walk in a room and be like, yo, you fuck with this? Like, let's do this. You know what I'm saying? So my life now, I'm ready to collaborate with everybody. Any and everybody. It don't matter who you are.
So we get that feature, right?
If it makes sense. If it makes sense. If it's like for the intro of your show or, something like that.
I got a tape coming out. Now or Never. It's coming out.
What a name. That's such a generic name.
Because it's either coming out now or it's never coming out.
I got you, bro.
It's now or never. You see how it is?
I got you.
You know what I mean? Don't worry, that won't be the name for your next project that we're going to work on.
You got me scared now. Now I don't want a title from you.
Trust me, the title I give you for your project will be 100%.
Okay.
I guarantee you think about you know what? It's tough.
Okay.
All right. Fat Man Scoop gave you some love. I forgot what he said. I forgot what he compared you to. It was like a Drake type.
He said if Jay-Z, J. Cole, and Drake had a baby.
Light skin on light.
Light skin on light, man. He said if Jay-Z, Drake, and J. Cole had a baby,
it'd be you.
That could act, but that could sing.
Yeah, it'd be
and
you.
rap.
Yeah, it'd be you.
Yeah.
How you feel about that?
I loved it. I love.
You like being compared to people or not?
I don't like being compared to anybody.
Right.
But coming from Fat Man Scoop, who's a Grammy Award winner, who knows his stuff, who knows good music and stuff like that, that was the utmost compliment because he didn't have to do that.
Right.
He didn't have to do that.
Right. And you've done interviews with DJ Enough on his stations. You been to Sweat?
That's the only one I haven't been to.
Can you could do a freestyle? Not here, but like off the dome.
You got when you go up there as an independent artist, you have no choice. Right. You got to go up there going for blood. Like you have no choice but to like leave the best impression you possibly could, if you're ready or not. There's been times where I've been up there, up at Sirius and haven't been ready.
Yeah,
but I still did it.
Still did it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go back to when you mentioned about the labels. Why you didn't sign with no label?
I didn't sign with a label for many reasons. One, I was young. I didn't know.
How old were we talking?
20, 21,
okay.
19. Okay. One, I was young, very talented, but I didn't know who I was as an artist. And the option was more possible for me to be a producer and a songwriter.
Right.
Because I didn't know myself.
Okay.
So it was like, why would we sign you and you not in tune with who you are as a person? What kind of music you're going to be making? You're going to be making other people's kind of music. Right. You're not going to make who you are. You need to grow up. And then every other situation after that, it wasn't what I was looking for. It didn't feel right. You go up there and, these people, these A&Rs, they just, the feeling that they give you, like when you walk up there, is not a really good feeling.
Right.
You know, it's like you owe them. And that's not everybody, but it's like this industry aura
Right.
that when you walk in the building, you can feel it. And I'm not that type of person. I'm a very friendly person. I'm a loving person. I'm a real person. Not saying that these people aren't, but I feel like when you step into that game, it makes you a certain kind of way and you don't even realize it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even compare it to anything else. It's like being a part of the cool crew, and they control who can be a part of the cool crew. And for me, I was always the cool person by myself. I was always I made the cool crew, or I was always welcomed into the cool crew.
Right.
So to not be accepted, it was more so like, okay, all right, now we have studios. Now we have our own label. Now we working with certain people that I didn't need a label to get me introduced to. Now everything all of a sudden is just 100% independent. Right. It's like, and I'm making more money than all the A&Rs up there. It's only a few A&Rs that's making more money than me. So why would I listen to you? Facts. You know what I'm saying? Like,
respect it. I respect it. I mean, niggas.
And I mean no disrespect by it, but like, if you making more money than your boss, would you listen to your boss?
No.
You would quit, right?
100%.
You would do whatever it is that's making you that money. Yeah, so.
100%. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I definitely respect it.
And they don't be, and a lot of people don't put in the kind of work that I put in. I've been doing this since I was 14. And if you want to add what I've done actually within music and the theory of music, I've been doing it since I was 12 years old. Okay. Marching band, choir, chorus, male chorus, all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for somebody to tell me something about my music when I know that they haven't put in the amount of hours and time that I've done since a child, I don't even think that's even fair. Like, I would never tell Michael Jordan, not that I'm Michael Jordan, but I would never tell the 15th man on a basketball team in the NBA or in college, I would never tell him anything about his game because he's been places I ain't never been. He's worked many hours that I've never worked. So I don't even think that's even the right logic.
No, I definitely agree and understand where you're coming from with that. Like, why, if I'm doing what I'm doing independently and it's making me more money versus signed to you guys, fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
And then one more thing, I don't want to discredit anybody, but I get in a room with a lot of these people and they not even doing half of the stuff that I have to do by myself. And they getting all these credits and all these credentials and all these placements and all this stuff. I'm like, bro, you told this man one thing, he did it, and now you got a plaque. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I'm in here from beginning to end. Like, if I'm working with somebody, if it's a singer over here, all right, let me hear your last song. Yo, Trav, what key is that in? That key, oh, it's in C? All right, so, all right, we're going to make this next song in C. Yo, what tempo was that last song? It was in 98? All right, so let's do something in like 100. Let's speed it up a little bit. All right, Trav, play something in the key of C. I like that. All right, let's load it in. All right, let me add some drums. All right, yo, Trav, I think it needs this, that, and the third. Trav is my keyboard player. Okay. I think this needs this, that, and the third. All right, yo, go in there and sing something. What's on your mind? I broke up with somebody. Okay, let's make a song about how the breakup made you feel X, Y, Z. I'm painting this whole picture. I'm doing it from A to Z, from the beat to the lyrics to the session to the vocal producing. I'm doing everything. Right. And these people ain't doing half of that and they getting plaques. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that at all. So I don't like when people that have it like that think they could tell me what to do because you're not putting the work in like I'm putting the work in. So that's another thing that bothers me.
And the work will show it and afterwards.
Exactly.
Right? So, you got your studio. You know what I mean? You got artists coming in. Like you said, you got a session over here, session over there. We doing this right now. So the work is definitely, showing, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When you first started with rapping, it was GQ Jerry.
No,
I heard you.
That was my nickname.
But a couple of songs with GQ. You
I might have said it in the song.
So you was GQ back then? You was a model, or you just wanted to just because you wasn't saying your whole name.
That's what everybody knew me as.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you where I got that name from. So Kyrie Irving is one of my very good friends.
You went there.
Yeah, he's one of my very good
I
friends.
wasn't trying to go there, but you went there.
We went to Catholic school, and I would come to school with my pants creased. My khakis would be creased down the middle, like OD to perfection. And his dad would see me. He'd be like, "Yo, damn, yo, your pants creased to perfection." He's like, "Yo, I'm gonna start calling you GQ."
Right.
And ever since, everybody called me GQ.
Okay. GQ.
Because my pants was creased to perfection.
Oh. Sharp. So you went to the cleaners.
I went to the cleaners, or I was getting the spray. I forgot the name of the spray. It's like Pam starch. Yeah, starch.
Okay.
And I would fold it in the middle at the crease, spray it, put the iron on extra steam mode.
Facts.
And hit the.
I wasn't gonna go there, but someone went there. We're not gonna go there though. But
that's what
Kyrie, is he making music?
He's making music. We got about 20 songs in this folder up here.
I seen clips like IG surfacing. I'm like, oh, he rapping.
Yeah, we got like 20. We got like 20 records. It was a part of a larger plan, but I don't think we're going in that direction no more.
Okay.
Right now, for him, music is therapeutic. It's a lot going on in his life. It's a lot going on with basketball, and athletes need other outlets to express themselves.
Right.
So when he comes here, or when we in LA or something, and he wants to record, I'll fly out, we'll book a studio session, and we'll just create. And it's nothing but therapy.
Right.
It's nothing but like, yo, let me spit. Like, let me rap some shit. 16, hook, 16. It'll never come out.
Now, was he part of the crew back in high school, like, as far as like rapping with you, like for play at the time, or
my high school teammates? So I played basketball in high school. We all played basketball in high school. My high school teammates, we called ourselves the St. Pat's Crew. Okay. That was a rap group.
Okay.
But the group that I'm talking about was my immediate friends from Elizabeth.
Okay.
That was my serious rap group, and we took rap and music very serious, and we stayed in there nights at a time, days. You know what I'm saying? Until my homeboy's grandmother was just like, all right, y'all got to get outside and go do something, because y'all just in the house, just creating, just all day. Y'all need to get some air. Come back next week. But we would be in there every day.
Yeah, shout out to you and Kyrie making music. 2021, what's next after the studio? What you got lined up to try to work on?
A lot. I got my next project coming out. Greenhouse, the label. We have some artists that we've recently signed. We got some producers. He's not on the label
yet.
We have some producers that we've signed. I've been doing a lot of songwriting for a lot of good, dope people. People like some really.
We'll talk behind about that.
Some really good people. I've been doing features for a lot of people. Right, I got a Lady London feature that we spoke about.
Yeah, we spoke about that. That sounds something that's gonna be crazy.
Shout out to the track masters. I've been working with the track masters, and I've been learning a lot from my man Pope. Just soaking up all the game I possibly can, because like he's a legend and Tone is a legend. Shout out to Giz. Been doing a lot. We got a lot.
You still work with Jalil?
Jalil, yeah. I got some stuff. I got some stuff with Jalil coming out on my next project. Okay. Jalil has ascended from more than just music. Jalil owns blocks in Chester, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So, he spent so many hours doing production and making beats for people like Meek Mill. He did Hot Nigga for Bobby Shmurda. He's made so much money doing beats and making beats for people that he took some of the money and invested it in real estate.
Smart.
And a lot of the money and invested it in real estate, to the point where Chester saw all the great work that he was doing. They gave him a day. And, on Jalil Beats Day, they block out the whole strip. It's like, Broad Street in Elizabeth?
Yeah.
It's like a Broad Street in Chester, Pennsylvania. He owns the whole Broad Street. And it goes all the way up to City Hall. And they put a stage in front of City Hall. And last year, I think Rick Ross came, P&B Rock,
Okay.
a lot of people. But Jalil owns that whole block. Stores, sneaker stores, boutiques, nail salons for his wife. And so that's been taking a lot of Jalil's time. But when he wants to get behind that board, he still tears shit up. Yeah.
Would you go into that route?
Absolutely. Right. Real estate is not like my number one thing right now. I don't want to talk about the other stuff that I got going on. Right. But definitely franchising. And one more thing that I don't want to speak on. Okay. But the studio is the start. The studio is the start. The label is the follow. My music is the follow. And then other business stuff.
Okay. I'm saying. Well, I mean, appreciate the hospitality here, Greenhouse Recording Studio. You know what I'm saying? We got Mr. Mark, Jerry Green. Appreciate you, bro.
Love, man.
You know what I mean?
Love.